morning, Anupam. Take us through. It seems the ZPM has predicted by our exit poll, standing on the precipice, threshold, whatever one might call it, to storm the state of Mizoram. But there's a story there as well, where the Congress is doing better than predicted. But over to you, Anupam. Take us through the latest that is coming in from the state of Mizoram. And also for, once again, our viewers, you can catch all the action on our digital footprint, India Today Northeast. Over to you, Anupam, and I cut across to our election intelligence dashboard, one-of-a-kind data analytics. Over to you, Anupam.
Exactly. Let me show you the counting center here in Aizawl. This is the counting center behind me, and let me give you an update that there are three round of countings will be happen here, and first round of counting is on the verge of almost completing. So we won't have to wait too long here as you have waited for too long yesterday. So it'll be finished, I think, by 11 or by 12. And let me tell you, the as we are looking at the early trends, the ZPM is going for a sweeping win. So initially, when campaigning was happening and people were saying that the what happened in Manipur will have a great impact and ramification in the Mizoram counting, but we have seen that ZPM has fielded young faces, especially footballers, and they have backed the young force. So it seems that the what people were saying that the neighboring state will have a great ramification over the Mizoram counting is not happening at present. And they have focused, ZPM has focused on development, they have focused on corruption-free state. That is what people want here, I suppose, if we go by the early trends.
All right, if we go by the early trends, what people really want here is ZPM, and the ZPM within an hour of counting has already reached the halfway mark. Mostly fielding young candidates, but that's where I bring you in, Kaushik. You know, as we cut across to our election intelligence dashboard, where the leads are concerned, we're going to take our viewers through that. But Kaushik, when you talk about, ZPM fielding young candidates, and you look at the kind of, specific, age group which is voting in the state of Mizoram, largely 70% of Mizoram is under the age of 35, yes. And that's the age group that sees affinity to a ZPM, a startup like the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, exactly. And they have fielded young candidates, and as you mentioned, that 70% of Mizoram's population, they're under the age of 35. So whatever ZPM narrative was there about unemployment, about development, about creating a new system, about the drug menace in the society, all those things attracted the young voters. And those narrative were already there for ZPM earlier also. But as I mentioned, that the penetration of internet has helped the party to go deeper in the rural areas. And there is a wider connect. They are looking at the mainstream also. They know that what the political leaders or what the social organization, civil society organization base they are telling them is not the gospel truth. They know how the world is moving, how India is moving. So there is a bigger connect. You can see a lot of Mizo people in Delhi, in other places. So they bring a new perspective. So in that context, ZPM has it has found new takers among the youth. And I believe the result, what we predicted, India Today Axis My India poll,
it's going according exactly to what?
I think it's going accordingly because so early we have got a clear winner.
Well, and why we are saying that so early we have a clear winner is because once again we want to reiterate, it's not like an election or counting of what we saw yesterday, viewers, where, trends started only firming up post 2 p.m. Nothing like that. The size of the constituency where a state like Mizoram is concerned, in all those 40 seats is very tight. I can't reiterate enough. The highest winning margin the last time around was 3,000. Right now, if you actually get into, the leads could be as tight as 200, 300 votes. And that is actually the winning margin that you see in a state like Mizoram. But having said that, once again, turning to our election intelligence dashboard, this is what it looks like right now, viewers. The MNF incumbent leading on just 9 of the 40 seats. The ZPM already has crossed the halfway mark in the 40 assembly seat, leading in 23 seats. The Congress at 6. The Congress was hoping to enter the Northeast through the Mizoram door, and look at a resurgence of the Congress in the Northeast, riding on the back of the cause of Manipur. You had Rahul Gandhi, who spent a considerable amount of time in neighboring Manipur. He was hoping that would reflect back in Mizoram. That really not happening. The Congress would have wanted at least 10 on the board. Of course, these are initial trends, but these trends will now firm up in the next half hour or so. Let me also quickly take you through the VIPs in the fray, and that's where the bigger picture is. And I'll cut across to Anupam. Zoramthanga, the sitting chief minister from MNF of Mizoram, Anupam, trailing. So clearly this is an anti-incumbency vote in the state of Mizoram, and as predicted, ZPM looking to sweep the state.
Exactly, Preeti. What we are looking at present, Imphal East, the constituency of Zoramthanga, and yesterday when I was speaking with Zoramthanga, he looked not so confident about winning, and he accepted that the ZPM has gained the popularity, and he also told me that the force of youth is behind ZPM, and they have recognized it later. So these are the things which I think Zoramthanga has already assumed, and he was telling me that they are hoping that they can win 15 to 25 seats, but not sure. So according to the early polls which we are looking at, it says that ZPM is sweeping the polls, which is accurately predicted by our exit polls.